Hey guys, Dimitri here. What's going on? I'm here in my 2015 WRX with my brand new Nameless axle back muffler deletes. And I have to say I've been pretty impressed with the product. I was going to make an installation video, but I actually installing them was really easy, but I got a little frustrated at first because removing the stock mufflers off the little rubber coupler things where the hangers go in, it was really tough to get the first one off. The second one, I read online that if you coat it in dishwasher soap, it just slips off, and it sure did. So I was frustrated at first because I was really trying to muscle it. I felt like I was going to break the rubber piece, but ended up doing okay. It took me about an hour and a half, which was probably about 45 minutes too long. But really that happened because of that first muffler that was so hard to get off. Putting it on was really easy. I was not very impressed with the fit. The stock muffler system fits on the Y pipe. It kind of couples the Y pipe. The Nameless system is just like pipe on pipe. They do include a gasket. It's really thin, but because it's just two screws that connect the axle back system to the Y pipe, on the top and the bottom where there's no screws because the screws go on the side, it actually kind of, you can see some air escaping a little bit. So I over torqued the nuts to try to get the gasket to be as flat as possible. And I was a little confused about that. It literally crossed my mind that they may have sent me the wrong product, but I verified and they did give me the right one. Biggest feedback I have right now, I was surprised because I've watched a lot of videos of people that have put this system on their car, and everyone is very focused on the sound, and that's the reason I got it. I have to be very forward in informing you guys that there is a performance gain from these muffler deletes. After 5,000 RPMs, the car used to really kind of lose the torque and the power. I can be in third gear and hammer it all the way to redline, and I'm feeling torque building up the whole time, whereas before it kind of fall off at 5,000 RPM. It's not a huge difference, but it is a difference, and this product does deserve some kudos for giving the car slightly better performance. I also noticed that first gear is a lot more functional now. You know how first to second is always an interesting shift on these cars? Sometimes it kind of feels like it's not a smooth shift. It's almost like there's a certain RPM where it wants to catch. It's really smoothed out the shifts, especially from first to second. The sound is amazing. I don't get any drone. I'm going 35 right now in third gear, 2,500 RPM, and there's no drone. There's no drone on the highway. I feel like you get more drone with the mufflers because they make it sound more deep and kind of obviously muffled. And the drone that I've heard from the SPT STI upgrade is way worse than what you get with this, even though this is not 10 times louder, maybe 4 times louder. When you redline it in first, it lets out a really nice crack. It pops nice. You can hear, I'll show you guys later, but you can hear the turbo whistle outside the back of the car now. Really cool. I've never owned a car where just doing something with the exhaust axle back actually gives you the turbo whistle. I had a vehicle, an SS Turbo Cobalt. I didn't really like that car very much, but I did have a catless downpipe on that car, and when I did a muffler delete, I did not hear the turbo outside the back. It wasn't until I did the catless pipe that I was actually able to achieve that nice whistle. So that's been a nice, pleasant surprise. The turbo does sound a little louder overall from the inside of the car. My biggest piece of feedback is I got the double wall 3-inch tips. In a perfect world, I wanted the 3.5-inch tips. But for some reason, the double wall 3.5-inch tips were like 150 bucks more. It was like 450 bucks or something. And my system was only 300 shipped. They did have the 3.5-inch tips with the single wall, and it was only 30 bucks more. Looking back, I would have gone with the single wall and gotten the bigger tips because it looks very stock, which is fine. I like that. But the 3-inch tips, now that the muffler's not behind there, it's just empty space, it doesn't fill the area very nicely. So I would recommend anyone who gets the system I know the single wall is not very desirable because it stains a lot easier. And I know that's more for muscle cars. I know typically tuners always have double wall tips on their exhaust, but looking back, guys, I would have got the 3.5-inch single wall for sure. It looks very empty back there. Just the pipes don't look small by any means, but it's such a big gap that it's filling, and the pipes are just filling like 50% of the exhaust well underneath the diffuser. So anyhow, I'll post some videos later about what it sounds like. Love driving through parking garages. It's a really nice system, guys. I'm really enjoying it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will respond. Thanks, guys.